Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more My Hero Academia. This is Season 2, Episode 22. And I'm excited to see students versus teachers, even though Kirishima and Sato already lost to Cementos. We're wrapping up the first semester of their school year. Japan has 3 semesters per year, so we're only one third of the way through the first year. So I don't know, maybe we'll reach the end of Deku going to UA in like Season 12, 13, 14, 15? I don't know. But I'm just glad we're going to have much more of this show. Looking forward to seeing how this continues. If you guys want to watch the full reaction, you can check out Patreon in the link in the description below. If you guys want to get notified whenever a video comes up, you can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Alright, let's get started.
We teachers are trying to crush you with everything we've got. No holding back.
Rivet. Yaoyarozu Rising. Oh.
Asui, your turn.
Oh, interesting. They have high mobility like this.
That's good communication. They're talking to each other. It may not seem like much, but it's important.
Unlike these two's
I
partner.
don't just mean having a sidekick or teammate that you know you match well with.
We were talking about these finals, and how each student is supposed to be facing their weaknesses.
That's right.
What are theirs?
Okay, so what did Tokoyami and Asui have to work on? I'm
The
having
light
trouble seeing how Mr.
and
Ectoplasm's
dryness?
work is about.
Ectoplasm. His
Ectoplasm.
work clones. He's able to produce 30 at one time.
30.
Though apparently after about a second or third song at karaoke, that number goes up to 36.
What? What? What a ridiculous thing. His body's weak. Only Dark Shadow's strong. Yeah, slip past him and you got problems.
Tokoyami is quick and can attack from afar. But looking at that another way, it means he's weak at close range. On the other hand, there's Asui. A stellar student with no clear weaknesses. Her level-headedness and ability to provide emotional support are the key to them passing.
Having her around during the USJ attack really helped us stay focused.
Tokoyami, look! It's the goal.
What? He made a giant one? He can do that?
Try to escape. Giant black detention. Asui, look out!
What did they do? What did she do with her tongue just now?
What is your plan?
This quirk is way too powerful.
Hey, so am I.
Dark Shadow, you just have to get through that gate.
I'm on it.
Does that count? It's not one of them.
Call Dark Shadow back. Don't watch me. It's really gross to see me do this.
What?
Calm down.
She swallowed something and spit it back up?
Because Tokoyami and
He
Dark
shook
Shadow
us seeing that.
are heroes. Oh, I swallowed the cuffs.
The cuffs? They're
Get it
huge.
out of my stomach.
How unexpected.
Oh.
Whoa, they leg cuffed him.
Then they passed! They figured out
That
a
counts?
way to do it!
Nice. Good job. Wow.
I must commend you both.
I'm truly humbled, sir.
Ribbit, ribbit.
It was all thanks to me.
Power loader?
Running out of places to stand. Mr. Power
Oh.
can do this?
Apparently. What now?
I think our best choice right now is to go and find a hero who is better suited to take him on.
So in other words, we should run.
Fusion!
Fusion?
I can only imagine how stupid we look right now.
Here we go, Ojiro! Reciprocal burst!
Fusion?
Running the traps, he said. If we keep this up.
Just throw him. Throw Ojiro.
Quick, wrap your tail around my leg! Reciprocal extend!
Nice.
All in all, not bad. You pass. Congrats.
Ida, you're so cool! Well, sometimes at least.
Yaoyarozu,
Let's go, Yao
you
Momo.
nervous?
Oh, no.
I have a plan in mind for us.
Shouldn't she be the one with the plan? Not to say he's bad at planning, but
Yaoyarozu,
she's
listen.
spectacular,
I want you
isn't
to keep
she?
making small objects. When you stop being able to, it means Mr. Aizawa's close by.
Her boobs.
What's wrong? Do you feel sick?
No.
It's nothing, really.
If you feel nauseous, there's a pressure
No.
point you can
I
press
told
on.
you I'm fine.
Oh.
My. Turns out that man's a big softy after all.
He helped her get her confidence back.
Team Todoroki and Yaoyarozu have passed the final exam.
That passed by so fast. That was so good. So we got through 3 matches today. Tenya and Ojiro's felt a little lackluster, but they were presented with some problems. Ida's strength is his speed, but I think he excels with most when there are flat surfaces to run along. We saw him do that standing long jump to get near Todoroki in the festival, but for instance, he lost to Hantasero in that race to save All Might. I think it was last episode, actually, because there wasn't just a straight line where you could run through. My point is that the hero teacher power loader felt like it was once again kind of like targeting weaknesses. I feel like Tenya and Ojiro are mostly all-rounders that don't have too many weaknesses, though. So it's not like a huge weakness, but yeah, they were able to work together. Ida and Ojiro's fusion, they look so silly. They really did. So funny and so dorky. It did allow for a nice maneuver to have Ojiro get launched by Ida's reciprocal burst to fly through the gate. But yeah, that was actually the second match in this episode. Wasn't too interesting, but we got through it, and I think I'll move to the second most interesting one, which was Tokoyami and Asui, or Sue. I should be calling her Sue, right? She likes being called Sue. They were able to work together really, really well. Tokoyami's weakness is CQB, Close Quarters Combat, since Dark Shadow excels at getting the jump on people and allowing Tokoyami to keep his distance. Asui does actually have a weakness, those dry, hot areas, but thankfully they didn't put her in that situation. Otherwise, she's just an all-rounder who can help to cover up her teammates' weaknesses. But Recovery Girl also says that Asui stays level-headed and offers emotional support by keeping everyone level-headed. I just said that, right? Yeah, okay. That's a really useful trait as well, and something I didn't realize that she had. Deku even thinks back to the USJ incident where having her around really helped him stay calm, so that was cool. Definitely feels like the difficulty level is about right with these matchups. If our characters work together and use their heads a little and are adaptable, they're able to get the win. At the same time, though, they have to try pretty freaking hard to win. They're given pretty sizable advantages with it being 2-on-1, the fact that the teachers are wearing weights, and also 2 possible win conditions. So yeah, also the teachers weren't really going all out either. With Ectoplasm, he can create 30 clones, 36 if he's been doing karaoke, but how is this seasoned hero losing in hand-to-hand combat against Tokoyami and Asui, even with the weights on, right? Because he sent all 30 of the clones and they all got taken out? That seems unlikely, actually. And also seemed like each clone couldn't take that much damage, like they were hit once and they were down. So it doesn't feel like the teachers were fighting super hard to win, just trying to test the kids without overtaxing them. Ectoplasm did capture the 2 of them, though, at the exit. I find it a little funny that Sue was like, "Don't look, it's really gross," because she was like about to spit up the handcuffs, and Tokoyami just like stares straight at her, like she's being self-conscious. Don't look, and he had a look on his face like he was staring into the abyss. It was kind of funny, but I feel bad for Sue in that moment. But yeah, Sue's quick thinking and the fact that Tokoyami can still have Dark Shadow go on the offensive even if his body is restrained allowed them to switch strategies to capture Ectoplasm. And I say capture because in reality, he wasn't going to be restrained by that. He just had it on his leg. He could have still moved around easily. But yeah, they passed. They were actually the first to pass. Then Ida and Ojiro passed after them. But this episode was called Yaoyarozu Rising, and there have been a few episodes with the character names in their titles followed by it was like Bakugo's origins or Deku's origin, something like that. Oh no, Deku's start line, Midoriya's start line. I don't remember. But so far, those have been like the main characters. I think it was Izuku Midoriya origin. Bakugo's start line, and then Shota Todoroki origin. Ida and Uraraka have their names have shown up in episode titles as well, but it's not along the lines of like origin or start line. And for Deku, Bakugo and Todoroki, those were like pivotal moments in their growth and advancement as heroes. So seeing that title made me realize like this is going to be an equally important part of Yaoyarozu's character development. And narratively, I don't think she's been a super important character just yet, but I've always really liked her since she figured out, she analyzed the battle training between Ida and Bakugo versus Deku and Uraraka. And it feels pretty important to have an actual episode title with your name in it. So far, just those 5 other characters and All Might. So yeah, this was a good episode. Her and Todoroki's match against Aizawa was really hard to watch at first with how much Yaoyarozu was just straight up panicking. I felt really, really bad for her because she seemed really put together back in the early goings, but that was before the sports festival, before she lost against Tokoyami. I guess I'm putting like a lot of expectations or a lot of preconceived notions onto her, but based on the fact that she grew up rich, I feel like she's probably always been put in a position to succeed, so she didn't know how to handle it when she was met with failure for possibly the first time. And she was able to analyze quickly and accurately that battle training, like I mentioned before, and then she did well at the USJ, and then I think she did well in the cavalry battle. She did well in the first race, the obstacle course, even though Mineta was hanging off of her like a creep. But then, like, losing to Tokoyami broke her confidence, and after that she had the internship where she didn't feel like she'd learned much, and it was kind of like a recipe for disaster. It was like compounding bad experience after bad experience. So she really needed like a comeback moment. And first, she defers to Todoroki's plan, where she keeps creating things so that they'll know when Aizawa is nearby. Not a bad first idea, I think, but Yaoyarozu, even when she's not confident, is several steps ahead because she was making those Matryoshka dolls that had flash bombs in them. Matryoshka dolls were super, super funny to see. Russian nesting dolls, they're called. But yeah, Matryoshka, or those are the 2 names for it. The revelation that it was Todoroki who gave her that second vote to be class rep was really cool. To have one of the most impressive students come and tell you that they believe in you and your abilities has to be reaffirming on some level. And I hope she gets to show off her smarts again in the future, and is able to use the loss to Tokoyami as an opportunity to grow even more. And it was a good growing moment for Todoroki too, because even though he trusted in her ability, he went ahead and just came up with a plan without even trying to talk it out with somebody who he knows has a very strong strategic mind. And I think for many years now, he must have felt like he's been going it alone against his father, so it's understandable that he might not have the best interpersonal skills or teamwork skills. So Aizawa, like, not really chewing him out, but telling him like, oh, you didn't try to even talk to her. I think that was a good moment as well. Creating that wall of ice between Aizawa and them was crucial to buy some time. But is Aizawa's mobility so great that they couldn't position an ice wall between him and the exit and just run straight out? I guess if they could have done that, they would have. But Todoroki turned around after his attack. He saw Yaoyarozu facing the other direction with her boobs out, creating the scarf. Todoroki is kind of just like looked back over in the other direction, trying not to be indecent. That was pretty funny. But yeah, this is what I was hoping for with Yaoyarozu. Not the stripping part, her creating special items based on her knowledge of what she can create. I've mentioned before that I've noticed the book or books on her belt behind her. So those are probably chemical compounds or something that she needs, since, I mean, she probably knows a lot of chemical compounds by heart, but just keeps those around in case there's something obscure that she needs to make. And that scarf that returns to its original shape when it's heated, that was kind of incredible thinking. She made use of both Todoroki's quirks and her own. So this was a combination attack that only the 2 of them could have pulled off. So really, really good job by them, by her specifically for that plan. So yeah, I hope the people in the observation room didn't have a different camera angle on Yaoyarozu when she was, because given that Deku wasn't completely like scandalized, I'd say we're probably good. But yeah, it could have happened, right? The detail that she messed up launching the catapult, though, I'm not totally sure what that adds to the story going forward. For me, it took away a little from how triumphant a comeback this was for her, because there's some doubt as to whether Aizawa really did let her win. He says he didn't, and his reasoning of backing off was in case Todoroki attacked, and that makes sense, but Recovery Girl also remarks that he's a softie, so not entirely sure. But that was such a great moment. I was surprised even by the fact that those two cloaks were moving, and they were mannequins, and then it turned out Todoroki... I thought both of them were mannequins, and Yaoyarozu was just under there, and Todoroki was hiding somewhere else. But Todoroki was under there as well, which just blew my mind. I thought they were both fake. I don't know. It was really well thought out plan on the fly. Really impressed by Yaoyarozu. And I mean, that's what her quirk does, right? Like, it allows her to be creative. So she creates not only... Her quirk isn't only creation. Rather, she doesn't only use her quirk to create. She also creates strategies and different kinds of things with her mind. She's one of my favorite characters for sure. I'm gonna give this a 9.5. Yaoyarozu's big comeback. I think she's definitely a character I'm very interested in, even if the focus will probably be more on the main 5 students: Uraraka, Bakugo, Ida, Todoroki, and Deku. I want to see what her big brain will wind up thinking of, and what other plans she can come up with to best use her teammates' strengths to win battles in the future. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe. Check out the Discord in the link in the description below for some discussion on whatever. And yeah, full reaction, early reactions in Patreon in the link in the description below. Bye, friends.